This is Wang. I'm the director of The Snowflower and the Secret Fan, and you're listening to channelAPA.com.
Tell us how you got involved with this particular film.
My assistant read the book and really loved it and said I have to read this, and I did, and I was very, very moved by it, and I thought it would tell a really great story on film. And I met up with Florence Sloan and Wendy Murdoch, who were already developing the project, and we went from there, basically.
And you also have a pretty strong cast also.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little about that and how you kind of utilize each of the different people in the cast?
Well, Li Bingbing had just won the Best Actress Award at the Golden Horse, which is equivalent to the Academy Award in Asia. She has done also a lot of other films, dramatic films, where she's really strong in her acting. And Gianna Jung is from Korea. I loved what she's done, especially in a film called Sassy Girl. And she's very natural. When I auditioned her, she actually wore no makeup. She came in cold and did a reading that was really fantastic. And I like the idea of putting a Korean in the film, because in Shanghai it's pretty international and global, and there are people from all over the world living there. And the idea that also historically the Koreans have always been in Shanghai, because during the Japanese occupation it was the only consulate in that part of the world and all that.
And I mean, those are pretty big names in Asia.
Yeah.
Do you think that how do you think that will translate here in the U.S. audience?
It'll mean nothing to the U.S. audience, except they're beautiful and great actresses. So, but hopefully after this film, they will become, well known, and people will acknowledge, how good they are. It's about time. I mean, there's so many good actors and actresses from Asia that people here don't know anything about.
Yep.
Other than Chow Yun-fat, or a few, people, Gong Li and whatnot.
So do you think, do you feel like this might be a bridge, kind of like a bridge for them to kind of come over here?
I don't know if it's a bridge. It's a good introduction for them. I mean, especially these days where people are so aware of China. I think it's good for them to see more movies made about China with, Chinese actors, so that they can be more familiar with some of them. And every little bit helps.
What were kind of some of the challenges that you had when you were directing this film?
Well, I wanted to, incorporate a contemporary Shanghai story to this, because the book is all in period. To put that story against this was not easy, developing the script and writing the script. So that was the first big sort of, problem that we encountered. And then we shot the film. The film is pretty complicated because it has, in a way, sort of three different stories, because the contemporary story also included the two of them growing up in the 90s in China. So we had to kind of then take out a bunch of stuff to simplify it, to make it work.
I know there's a lot of comparisons drawn to your previous film, Joy Luck Club. I mean, it's completely not the same, obviously, but
Yeah.
you want to kind of address some of those concerns and questions that people have around that.
First of all, Joy Luck Club was pretty much about Chinese American women. There is some connection to their mothers. It's about, the connection to the mothers. There's a little bit of historical stuff from China, but it's basically mother and daughter conflicts and mother and daughter relationship. This is not. This is set in China, in a very specific region of Hunan, and it's about Lautongs, which are, two women who sign a contract to be good friends forever. So it's more about friendship than anything else. And it's not about a generational difference. And it's about China, it's not about Chinese Americans.
And this film, I mean, U.S. is what we're talking about right now, but where other countries is this film going to be released in?
It's already released in China. It will be released all over Asia, also in Australia and all over Europe.
What other upcoming projects do you have?
I've got a few that I juggle all the time, and I hate to talk about them because usually the one that I don't talk about kind of comes through. So I try not to talk about it too much.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.